Today from 7 to 9 p.m., Dad and I were at Salvatore's. And we were joined at the bar area with some of Dad's friends. And this is a stir fry that Dad's mom recently gave to him. I believe she gave it to him sometime today after Dad visited his parents after work. At Salvatore's, I had a single aluminum can of Genesee Red Eye. And then a couple of glasses of iced water. I chewed a little of the ice, but not all of it like I've done in the past. I think at least 2 points. First in the morning and then again when we got back from Salvatore's. Dad showed me these packs of Sharpie markers. Since I like to draw on polystyrene using Sharpie markers. What I'm currently thinking of doing is essentially what unfinished project to work on next. They're all currently in a plastic bag. In one corner of the spare room I'm in right now. I went to bed today around 1 p.m. Around 11:45 in the morning, I had what was left over of I call it goulash at least, but it's more pasta shells with ground beef, along with some shredded cheese that I think Dad added. I microwaved that goulash for about 2 minutes. By the end of which it was smelling pretty good. There were only a few shells that were hard, possibly due to being overcooked or something like that. Or had a bit of burn char on it. And even those were perfectly fine. And within half an hour of me having that leftover goulash, at last, Dad called me and gave me permission to have the last Klondike cone. This one, a chocolate one. So I did. At Salvatore's, I got to show Dad's friend and coworker Maggie my most recent polystyrene drawings, which included my third Santa Claus polystyrene drawing. I'm also still working on trying to edit an audio recording of my voice to sound like someone else for the 99th Dan Hamming episode. Since someone else, in this case a prop character of one of my polystyrene drawings, sings the chorus of Daisy Bell during the new first scene that I'm working on. And as such, it's supposed to sound like someone else in the context of the episode. I briefly installed a voice mod. But then I think I uninstalled it within an hour, since it took up quite a bit of space, something like 2 gigabytes on my laptop. And I currently only have about 80 free on it. I have a total storage of 300 something. And it didn't seem to have an option for me to import what I had recorded using the streaming audio recorder and my microphone. If I decide to, I can always just install VoiceMod again. I then uninstalled Audacity, but this was just so I could install the most recent version of Audacity, since it seemed the updated version would include support for real-time effects. real-time effects plugins, for which I installed M Productions free FX effects. Though only some of the plugins are free, while others come with a 15-day trial. I deduce which effects are free by looking for a "it is free, but please upgrade if you can" message. If that message is absent on an effect, then I assume it's one of the trial plugins. And I figure as long as I use only the free effects, like Auto Pitch, which is the only one I found that does anything that doesn't mess up the audio and make it go from sounding like a natural voice to something distorted. I'll be perfectly fine to include the effects in the 99th Dan Hamming episode. Yeah, I feel like for non-commercial projects, like the Dan Hamming episodes are, non-commercial projects, you have a lot more freedom to get away with using copyrighted material. Since for a non-commercial project, you're not making any money. And there are plenty of resources that are royalty-free. In some of those cases, all they ask for is that you attribute or cite the author of the copyrighted work, which is a good thing. I look around. I try to be careful to make sure that I'm using free stuff. For my Dan Hamming episodes. It's why I chose to use Daisy Bell. I figure it's in the public domain with how old that song is. At one point today, sometime most likely around noon, I got this kitchen towel in order to protect myself from a few small holes that are in this mattress. Though it won't be a concern for much longer, Dan and I are planning on throwing it out as early as tomorrow, and definitely within a few days to a week. That's the current plan. After I uninstalled VoiceMod, I considered briefly I briefly considered installing Clownfish voice changer, but then I decided that the program wouldn't offer anything that either Audacity could do or that I could potentially get through online third-party websites. At Salvatore's, Dan and I got a crispy chicken and bacon pizza. And Dad's coworker and friend Maggie shared with us some slices of, I think it was sausage and bacon pizza, if I recall correctly. And then 30 to 45 minutes later, Dad got us and me and Dad, and I think a little bit was given to Maggie too, in order of fried dough with powdered sugar. As for the Autumn Zodiac, I'm on the very last task set currently. You can pause the video if you want to read these. I remember on our way back from Salvatore's, we made a quick trip kind of out of our way to briefly stop by Dad's new house in order to drop off some stuff from his apartment unit to his new house. Mostly some clothes from both the closet in the spare room and the closet in his bedroom. Today was mostly a cool and cloudy day for the most part.